Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Uniontown's Bailey Park, the site of tonight's contest between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams. And it is senior night tonight for the Uniontown Red Raiders, and we're expecting senior night activities to begin shortly. Those activities were scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They have not yet started. In fact, the Ringgold Rams remain on the field warming up. We are anticipating senior night to begin soon, though, and when it does, we'll be turning over the broadcast to the public address. Hello again, this is Joshua Scully alongside Gary Frankhauser this evening. Gary, these two teams just met yesterday. The Ringgold Rams winning 4-0, and the Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, looking for their first section or conference victory, if you will, this season.
And let's just hope that the senior night activities will provide a little bit of inspiration for the Red Raiders here this evening. That's always something to look forward to for the seniors. And we do think there are 3 seniors to be honored here tonight for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And they play well here at Bailey Park, so it could be anybody's game. And a 4-0 victory by Ringgold last night really gives them a lot of confidence also, as they are still in the hunt for a playoff spot. But they have to kind of concentrate on where they're at in the standings and hopefully get into that playoff spot. Pre-game show is brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group.
Both of these teams are, of course, in Section 2 4A. Uniontown 0-7 in the conference. They are 2-8 overall. The Ringgold Rams are 4-5 in the conference, including, of course, the win yesterday over Uniontown. They are 5-8 overall. Everyone is chasing the top 3 teams in this conference, which have already significantly separated themselves from the rest of the pack. West Mifflin 7-0 in the conference. They are 12-3 overall. Their overall run differential on the season is nearly 60 runs. They have scored 103 runs this season. They have surrendered just 48. Elizabeth Ford is in second place right now with a conference record of 6-1. They're 9-2 overall. Belle Vernon 6-2 in the conference, 9-2 overall. Then you drop down to fourth place Ringgold, and as Gary said, Ringgold still very much in the mix for a playoff spot, but they are tied right now with Albert Gallatin, also 4-5 in the conference. The Ringgold overall record just a touch better than Albert Gallatin's 5-8 versus 4-7. And Uniontown and Laurel Highlands find themselves at the back end of the conference right now. The Uniontown Red Raiders, again, 0-7 in the conference. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs also 0-7. Yesterday, this Ringgold Rams team was really treated to a wonderful performance by starting pitcher Tyler Fisher, who worked 7 innings. That was a complete game, of course. Surrendered just 2 hits to Uniontown and struck out 6. Tyler Fisher is in the lineup today. He's going to be serving as the designated hitter. The Ringgold Rams turning to another pitcher today, of course, Anthony Kozel. Kozel will be working from the mound against the Uniontown Red Raider lineup that does include those 3 seniors, Gary Smitley, John Van Sickle, and Eli Friend, and we do expect that they will be honored momentarily. And, Gary, one thing that worked out in our favor, and it has not too often so far this season, the weather is perfect for senior night.
You're exactly right about that, and couldn't be nicer out here. The temperature is perfect. The fans have an opportunity to enjoy a game without having to be bundled up or putting up their umbrellas. And it was, as you said, something that was not the case throughout much of this season. And moving into late part of April, things have changed dramatically.
Yes, they certainly have. We have a beautifully warm day today. High temperature today, just about 80 degrees here in southwestern Pennsylvania. We're just a few ticks below that right now as we approach the 7 p.m. hour. And I will tell you this too, Gary. Working behind the camera for us tonight is Carl Childs. Carl and I were here a couple of weeks ago for a softball game, and I had come dressed as I am now. It had been a sunny day but cool. And as I passed the softball team, one player turned around and said, "You're going to be very cold."
and
sure enough,
right.
When the sun went down, it did start to get a little bit chilly. I don't think we have to worry about that today because truly this is a gorgeous spring day for us here today in Uniontown. What other item we want to keep an eye on tonight for the Uniontown Red Raiders has been their continued success from the mound. They've got a couple of pitchers who have worked very, very well for them so far this season. and one of them is Caleb Bartok. Caleb Bartok actually pitched yesterday against this Ringgold Rams team. He scattered a couple of runs early on, kept it a very close game throughout. Of course, the Uniontown offense was really just stymied by Tyler Fisher throughout the course of that game. And we've also seen some good work from Chandler Myers for the Uniontown Red Raiders so far this season, too. Myers came in relief yesterday, so we're not sure as to the availability of those two arms for this Uniontown Red Raider team, but we know that they have been very good. Also, earlier today, the Uniontown Red Raiders middle school baseball team, some of those players, of course, are still here right now on the field with head coach Steve Saka lining up in anticipation of senior night. They went toe-to-toe with the middle school team of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs won a very, very hard-fought 3-0 decision over the Uniontown Red Raiders in that middle school contest. And, Gary, I do believe we are now seeing everyone find their place for senior night here at Bailey Park.
And they're introducing right now the players for Ringgold, and that's a very classy thing that they do at most of these senior nights, where they honor both the seniors from the opposing team as well as the home team. So, again, that being done, and there's a pretty good crowd of Ringgold supporters across the way also.
Very good crowd on hand tonight from the Ringgold Rams side. That's certainly true. And really, here at Bailey Park, there are a few different parking lots if you've never been to the field, and it looked like most of them were full when I arrived about 20 minutes ago. The Ringgold Rams, under the direction of head coach Jeff Lander, and he's assisted by Andy Chop, Scott Sokol, and Zach Sedlak. That's your coaching staff for the Ringgold Rams. And the Rams tonight are going to be in their Navy uniform. We'll say a Navy top and maybe an off-white pant color. Yeah, pinstriped. Yeah, those are pinstriped. I'm going to have to get my field glasses out. Yeah, absolutely. Those are pinstriped. That is a sharp uniform. Really nice.
Here's the introduction of the Uniontown Red Raider seniors. Can't quite pick up the PA announcer just yet, but we'll try to assist the best way we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Head coach Dennis Martin for the Uniontown Red Raiders taking his place with the team on the field. Also, athletic director Harry Kaufman at the end of our procession, if you will, the line that has formed across the infield to the pitcher's mound.
And kudos to Coach Martin taking over the squad this year in his first year, and really a very young squad that he has really tried to mold, and they played well. I mean, the record doesn't appear as such, but they have played well throughout the season.
Oh, yeah, they've played in some close games. They've won some close games. They recently picked up a pretty hard-fought win over the Southmoreland Scotties earlier in the season. Their other win came against the Monessen Greyhounds. That decision over the Scotties was 7-3. The last game that we were here for on WMBS was the doubleheader between Uniontown and Albert Gallatin. Albert Gallatin winning the first of that doubleheader 8-2, and now we're ready for senior night. And it looks like we're seeing right now Eli Friend coming out.
Escorted by his parents. This is always a special time, not only for the student athletes, but the parents. The pride is palpable.
And he's got his sister, Sophia Friend, with him as well. Eli Friend, actually a former student of mine back in his middle school days. Very, very nice young man. And he's in the starting lineup tonight, too, Gary. He's going to be starting in right field for Uniontown.
Some small guys coming out next. Smitley and Van Sickle.
Oh, yes. Well, both of those players, of course, quite tall. Gary Smitley, what a wonderful football career he had for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Working on the defensive line, he was always a lot of fun to watch.
Both of these guys very, very good athletes.
Oh, yeah, and it's great to see that Uniontown, and I know some of our other school districts do too, but it's great to see the multi-sport athletes. And I think right now we are seeing Gary Smitley.
That is correct.
And it sounds like, Gary, what we just picked up from the PA is that Gary's planning to go to Edinburgh University, where he's going to continue his football career there.
That's a special program up there. That's very quality football, the PSAC.
Yeah, Gary will be a great fit for them. He's really shown off some skill, though, on the baseball diamond, too, though. He hits for power.
He was always interesting on the basketball court, too.
Yes, that's right. He did get some time on the basketball court. Coach Rob Kosmarski for the Uniontown Red Raiders, I think maybe when there were some concerns about the size on his basketball team, sort of dipped his toe into the defensive line of the football team and brought a couple of those guys on.
Last but not least, John Van Sickle is going to be DHing here this evening.
Yeah, all three of our seniors in the starting lineup tonight. Gary's going to play third base. John is going to serve as the designated hitter, as Gary just pointed out. And as we shared earlier, Eli Friend will be in right field.
Another great Uniontown Red Raider family.
Yeah, absolutely. John's out there. He's got his brother who just played in the middle school game, Jason Van Sickle, with him, as well as his parents. John has a great personality.
Residents up in the mountain area.
Yeah, yep. Also a former student of mine. Had John as a student back in his middle school days. Hard to believe he's already a senior. That's incredible.
What's that make you, John?
Makes me getting older, Gary. Makes me getting older every day, unfortunately. Somebody told me today we were down to just 29 days of school, so this is probably one of the last, I would assume, senior nights on the calendar. Track and field, softball senior night coming up actually tomorrow. School year for all of our local schools.
The girls
slowly
have
but
been
surely
very
winding down.
dynamic
Oh,
this year.
yes. Girls softball for Uniontown has been very good. They've been very good as of late. Have come on really strong over the last few weeks.
Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's contest.
Yeah, and the starting lineups tonight are going to be brought to you by the First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, and I'll defer over to Gary to share those starting lineups with you.
For the homestanding Uniontown Red Raiders, leading off and playing center field, number 23, Braden Hinsey. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 1, Elam Martin. Batting third, playing first base, number 2, Luke Gresh. In that fourth spot, we already said Gary Smitley, number 69. He's playing third base, followed by his co-senior, number 99, John Van Sickle, in the DH slot. Number 26, Chandler Meyer, will be pitching. Number 3, Shane Kelly, will be playing second base. And we have Eli Friend. He will be playing right field. And in the 8th spot, Lane Smiley. On the Ringgold side, leading off, number 5, the shortstop Gavin and Gotti. Number 9, Kennedy Nash in the second spot. He's playing third base. Batting third, playing first base, number 27, Alex Colano. The catcher, number 18, Sam Allen, is in the cleanup spot. Number 22, Andrew Sprinkle, will be playing second base. Number 23, Dimitri Lowe in center field. Number 25, Max Souls, he will be playing left field. And number 26, Tyler Fisher, the designated hitter. And rounding out that lineup, number 3, Ashton Minson, he'll be playing right field.
And we're just a few moments away from first pitch. We'll take a pause now here just briefly as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have the first pitch of the evening between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams right here on WMBS. You're watching another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Welcome back to Uniontown's Bailey Park. Joshua Scully and Gary Frankhauser here with you for a rematch of last evening's contest between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams. Ringgold emerging victorious in that game 4-0 on the strength of a really impressive outing from Tyler Fisher, who pitched a complete game and surrendered just 2 hits. Now, Chandler Myers did get some work yesterday in relief of Caleb Bartok, but he's going to be your starting pitcher here today. We'll see what sort of pitch count Chandler may or may not be on as this game unfolds. Uniontown did a pretty good job of limiting the Ringgold Rams yesterday offensively. Ringgold did have 3 players with 2 hits each, and one of them is going to be your leadoff bat today, number 5, Gavin Angotti. Angotti 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs. Also had one of just 2 extra base hits in the game. And he's going to be followed by Kennedy Nash and Alex Colano. Colano also picked up 2 hits for the Ringgold Rams yesterday. He was 2 for 3, scored a run. So Ringgold with a couple of batters right out of the gate here against Uniontown, who had some success against the Uniontown Red Raiders yesterday. But, Gary, the beautiful thing about baseball is today's a new game, just as you can say in any sport. But the real pro here for Uniontown, not only is today a new game, but it's senior night. And you're back at home, away from Monongahela, PA, and you've got a nice crowd here to support you in Bailey Park.
Absolutely, and let's look for a good ball game all the way around. Clean ball game. Hopefully the pitchers can maintain the strike zone well this evening. We don't have too many base on balls, and a clean game in the field on both sides. And like you said, anything can happen, and we've seen that not only in Little League, Pony League, high school, major leagues.
Right.
And the Pirates are our biggest example of that right now.
Yeah, you'd really like to see the Red Raiders make the best of what is an excellent opportunity for themselves tonight. Uniontown, of course, did pick up a win, their second win of the season back on April 17th, beating Southmoreland 7-3. That game was at home. Otherwise, though, they have experienced some difficulty. They lost to Ringgold yesterday. They lost a pair to West Mifflin back on April the 7th. Now
that's a quality
yes,
team, West Mifflin.
They are very, very good, so that's not something to be too upset with. And then prior to that, two really hard-fought games against the Albert Gallatin Colonials here at Bailey Park. One was actually treated as a away contest for Uniontown because of the rain that had come through that week. Albert Gallatin was essentially forced into a situation where they had to play a doubleheader and be treated as the home team in the second game. That second game, by the way, was a 4-3 finish. The Uniontown Red Raiders had the tying run in scoring position and just could not get that runner across the plate to tie the game. But it was a great effort from Coach Martin and this Uniontown squad, and it would be great, too, to see that sort of outing from them here tonight. Chandler Myers continues to loosen as we anticipate the start of this game in just a few minutes. Again, your temperature right now, right around 77 degrees Fahrenheit in Uniontown, PA. Mix of clouds and sun, and of course, as this game progresses, we'll see the sun slowly but surely recede out of view. But right now, just some long shadows across the infield and the outfield. And we are still having a great view, at least as of right now. Boy, a lot of trees have sprouted to life since I was last here, but you can still see the houses on Charles Street. Once the summer is in full bloom, seeing some of those homes, not especially easy. I always thought, Gary, how cool would it be to have one of those houses, especially you see a few homes here with some porches overlooking the park, a great way to take in a ball game, fire up the grill. You could have basically your own box seat right in your own home.
And that actually did occur many, many years ago when I played here at Bailey Park. There was crowds up on those balconies just about every night. And that was not only just for the baseball, but there was some huge basketball action down here at Bailey Park.
Yes.
There was games just about every night during the summer. And it was really a hopping place back in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. But it's very nice now. They've really maintained it. They've really renovated it beautifully. And the stands are great for the fans to be close to the game. And the infield is well kept. The grass came in even better this year. And it's a beautiful setting for high school baseball.
They've done a lot of good work here, Gary. Probably, I would say, even over the course of the last 7 or 8 years, the improvements are really noticeable. Even the very press box that we're in, some work done to it recently. Great to see the city and the school district invest in this park. Chandler Myers is going to start us off here with a strike against Gavin and Gotti. And Gotti is one of the strong bats in this Ringgold Rams lineup. He's not somebody to be taken lightly. He's definitely someone that Uniontown will want to keep a very close eye on if he does reach. Obviously, he's hitting leadoff for a reason. He's going to foul this one back sharply.
It's another good reason why the vegetation's still down up there. You can find some baseballs.
Yes, absolutely. There's some trees, of course, between the park and Charles Street. I imagined a foul ball that was hit just the right way could approach one of those houses, but a few trees shielding that from happening. And Gotti going to look at one here in the dirt. 1-2 on the count. Chandler Myers, one of those many young players on this Uniontown Red Raider team for Coach Dennis Martin, who plays very, very valuable roles for this team. Of course, pitcher is one of them. This one is going to be just outside. 2-2 now on the count. Chandler.
Just underway, and it's, again, perfect night.
Oh, yes. Perfect night, not just for baseball, but I'm sure the parents here to celebrate senior night. Appreciated that as well. Here's another one fouled to Angotti's left. Angotti's a right-handed bat. When we see him in the field, he's going to play shortstop tonight.
A lot of balls head over into the girls' softball field.
Yes, that's always a possibility, too. And we've had a few, Gary, and I'm sure you've had this experience, as Myers is going to offer up another 2-2 pitch here. This one is going to be hit off the net and then off the visitor's dugout and behind some spectators. A young man takes off to track that baseball down. But we've had the experience, of course, of a baseball hitting the roof of the press box, which sounds like a bombardment. It sounds like the baseball is going to come right through the roof.
That's absolutely true with the tin roof.
Yes. This one is going to be hit into play over top of the second baseman, and Shane Kelly is going to drift over and give that one the glove, and one's down here for the Uniontown Red Raiders in the top of this first inning against the Ringgold Rams. Chandler Myers looking pretty good there. Good combination of pitches. Stayed away from Angotti on a few of them, but was not afraid to come after him either. So now we'll see number 9. And when I saw this young man's name on the lineup card, I thought he has just a great baseball name. Kennedy Nash, the third baseman for the Ringgold Rams. He takes a big cut here and misses what was Myers' 8th pitch so far of this game. Myers pitched just a bit at the end of yesterday's contest in relief of Caleb Bartok, so I imagine he's going to have a relatively long leash here today for Coach Martin. Myers has this one go over the head of Nash, 1-1. Nash will be followed by Alex Colano, who is on deck right now. He's the first baseman for the Ringgold Rams. Myers will kick and deal here. This one is going to be hit back into the infield. Ranging over and knocking it down is the shortstop for the Uniontown Red Raiders, Elam Martin. Martin in the dirt could not quite get a handle on it.
I think you got to rule that a base hit, though.
Yes.
Up the middle.
I think it's fair to say that if Martin had somehow made that play, he would have drawn a lot of accolades there. That was not quite routine by any means.
And even if he would have made it, it would have been difficult to throw that runner out. Speed down the line by Kennedy Nash.
Right, I agree with that too. Nash had a great jump out of the box. First pitch here is going to miss outside to Alex Colano. Colano, number 27, plays first base for the Ringgold Rams. Had a nice day at the plate yesterday. Uniontown, of course, very familiar with this team. They played just 24 hours ago. This
Runner
one going to go outside. Runner's on the way, and he's under the tag.
Under.
My,
wow.
That was close. That was very close. The throw from Connor Hebda brought Shane Kelly off his feet. Kelly tried to reach down and get the tag. And do we have? No. We had, I think, the old fake ball trick here.
They did, but I think they had a timeout. And the umpire had his back to the play.
Such a good trick play, even the umpire was not prepared for that. Colano now with a somewhat friendly count for himself and a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Myers. This one is going to be hit into right field. And Eli Friend is going to drift over and make the catch. Runner now on the move. Friend is going to launch this one to third base himself. Throw pretty much on the line there, Gary.
It was. Strong throw.
Runner is in safely with 2 down. Standing at third base is Kennedy Nash. So we'll see the Ringgold Rams catcher, Sam Allen, cleanup hitter for Ringgold, will step in. Opportunity for Ringgold to play to run here. Allen's going to look at this one and decides not to offer. Gary, we might want to note this. If I'm, maybe before I speak, I better confirm that I am not in error. I was in error, Gary, so forget that I was going to say anything. I thought maybe Allen was wearing a different number. He is, in fact, wearing 18. The Ringgold Rams have a hollow number with the body of the number the same color as their uniform. So it's very fashionable, but at a distance does not quite pop.
Had that same problem in football with them.
Yes, they A few teams in southwestern Pennsylvania do really like to make it difficult for radio work with their color combinations between the numbers and the body of the uniform itself. Myers going to look to reel in Sam Allen here. Allen's looking to drive in a run. A friendly count for him. Myers, pitch on the way. This one's going to miss outside. 3 balls.
You have 16 pitches so far?
Yes, sir, I do.
So that's a very difficult thing managing high school baseball, to deal with that pitch count rule.
Pitch on the way to Allen. Allen, good, strong contact here to Braden Hinsey, who
Nice.
ranges over and makes the catch in center field. Hinsey made that look routine. That ball was hit on the nose, though. What great exit velocity. Carl, are we able to track that?
He has that.
Carl's going to work on it for us here on WMBS. You're listening to another exciting edition of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. The Ringgold Rams strand a runner here in the first inning. We're going to move now to the bottom of the first, and the Uniontown Red Raiders will come out to the plate when we come back.
Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your best in Fayette, gold medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. He is ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work they can do for you.
Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but you need your prescriptions? No worries. Farmana Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at home or focused at work. Farmana Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call 724-626-9600 or visit farmanapharmacy.com. Farmana Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Welcome back to Uniontown's Bailey Park. Joshua Scully and Gary Frankhauser here with you tonight on a beautiful late April evening. It's really hard to believe it's already late April. High school baseball season is suddenly here and then suddenly over. The season is in its final weeks now as we see Braden Hinsey, who just made that wonderful catch for Uniontown. He's going to be stepping up to the plate. He'll be followed by Elam Martin and Luke Gresh. Martin, of course, playing shortstop tonight. Had a pretty nice play defensively, at least in stopping what could have been a hit into the outfield. First pitch on the way to Hinsey. It's a swinging strike. Pitching tonight for the Ringgold Rams, Anthony Kozel. Hinsey down 0-1. Make that 0-2 as he fouls this one back. Now, Braden Hinsey, Gary, as many of our listeners and viewers are aware, is someone who you just want to get onto the bases because he manufactures those scoring possibilities with his speed. He is incredibly quick.
No doubt about it, and that's a big tool for any leadoff hitter.
First one in the dirt from Kozel. 1-2 count. His first two had both been swung at by Hinsey. Hinsey looking to bear down here. 1-2. He's going to swing, and he is down on strikes. That one low across the plate, and Hinsey went after it, could not quite get it. One down, and we're going to see Elam Martin step up to the plate now. Elam Martin playing shortstop tonight for Uniontown. He will be followed by Luke Gresh, the first baseman, and if someone is able to reach, we'll get to see one of our seniors come to the plate for the first time. Gary Smitley batting in the 4 spot here and playing third base.
Kozel showing some pretty good velocity.
Very distinctive blue glove here for the pitcher. Pitch on the way. Martin's going to look at this one outside.
2-0, need runners any way possible.
Martin also pretty quick on the bases, too. This one's in for a strike, so Martin falls behind in the count now. Koza working pretty quickly, too. He's not waiting very long between pitches. He kicks and deals, and this one is called strike on the outside part of the plate. 2-2 now the count. Martin will step in, getting some advice from the third base coach here for Uniontown. That one's going to miss outside, and we go full. And I think the third base coach is indeed Coach Martin, so that's probably somebody you want to listen to, especially if you're Elam Martin.
Absolutely.
And this one's in the dirt. It's going to be a walk.
So good base runner for the Red Raiders with just one out, and Gresh coming to the plate.
We'll see what Luke Gresh is able to do. Uniontown had just 2 hits in yesterday's game. They really struggled against Tyler Fisher, who went the distance for Ringgold. Fisher, thankfully, not on the mound this evening. Here's a bunt shown by Gresh. He pulls that one back. Martin takes a few steps off of the first base bag and then comes right back. More spectators showing up, bringing their own chairs and sort of filling in some space. And here's a bunt by Gresh. Going to be scooped up and thrown on to first. 5-3 on the putout.
Sacrifice done perfectly.
Does move the runner up into scoring position with 2 down. Kennedy Nash, the third baseman for Ringgold, staying pretty true to that one. And Alex Colano, the first baseman, securing the throw. So we will see Gary Smitley, and what an opportunity here for Gary with a runner in scoring position. One of our seniors, multi-sport athlete.
A lot of power.
Yes. He has what I would call easy power, easy extra base power. Here's the first pitch to him. This one's chopped through the infield, and it gets through, Gary. And around third is Elam Martin. And here's the throw to home. It's going to be a play at the plate, and he is out.
Oh, wow.
And
What
Gary
a throw.
Smitley is down in pain, Gary.
Ooh, not good. Holding his knee, it looks like. But the play itself from center fielder for Ringgold, and that's Dimitri Lowe.
Good throw.
Made a nice throw. It was on a fly to the catcher. Shallow in center field, but still with that speed of Martin, excellent play. And we just have our fingers crossed here now for Gary Smitley.
This injury timeout is being brought to you by UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, the leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive or call 724-437-7500. UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. Relief is closer than you think. We also want to thank the Sprouse Insurance Group for sponsoring our pregame show. Insurance agent David Hughes got you ready for the game tonight. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. Gary Smitley is back on his feet, and he looked to be okay, walked off under his own power. But as it stands, that is the end of the first inning. Umpire sharing a few words with Chandler Myers, but Myers is indeed making his way back out. And so we've put one inning on the books. No runs scored. 0-0 ball game between Uniontown and the Ringgold Rams when we come back here on WMBS. You're listening to another edition of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, estate practice, and municipal law experiences. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how to get in contact with Davis & Davis, phone 724-437-2799.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
2 up for Ringgold, Sprinkle, Low, and Souls.
We'll see if the Ringgold Rams are able to replicate some of the success they had in the first inning, working a runner around to third base, and then Sam Allen had the very hard hit ball into center field that was secured by Braden Hinsey. Here's a bunt shown foul. Thank you for checking us out here on WMBS tonight. Joshua Scully and Gary Frankhauser with you. Carl Childs behind the camera tonight.
Always does an outstanding
Yes,
job.
he does. He does a lot of it by himself, too. Carl's sort of a one-man outfit here. He sets all the equipment up, opened up the press box, even had the press box cooled off for us a little bit. It was not overly toasty when we walked in. I suspect when Carl got here it probably was.
Ball taken there, 1-1 count.
This one going to be taken for a strike. Actually, Gary, I might second guess myself on that. I'm not sure.
Called a ball.
Called a ball. 2-1. Thought I saw the umpire gesture, but from our perspective here, he's just on the other side of a chain link fence. This one going to be hit sharply foul. Some discussion here in front of the press box.
Yeah, a little gnashing discussion. I'm not sure what it was about, but it wasn't pleasant.
No, it was not. And now the umpires are looking this way and seem to be gesturing in some way, shape, or form. And Coach Martin now involved in the conversation.
It's one thing about high school sports. They have the discretion to control the fans.
Yeah, I think some spectators were maybe unhappy with this coach for Ringgold here.
For some reason. Something to do with the injury, I believe.
Yes. Not really sure. Too much could be done in that particular scenario. Thankfully, Gary was okay.
Yeah. Although he did not come out to play third base.
No, he did not. He has been replaced, and I believe this is Caleb Bartok. We'll confirm that for you. But that certainly looks like Caleb, and he's not too far away from me, although this ball, well struck. Here's Hinsey again coming over, and he does not quite get to this one. Around first base, full head of steam, and into second, now trying for third as the throw comes back, and he's there with some time to spare. Andrew Sprinkle. Credit to Sprinkle. I thought for one moment he was going to pull up at second, and he realized the ball was not even on the way to a cutoff yet, and he just punched it. Fifth gear.
All the way to the fence, even through that thick grass out there in left center field. And valiant effort again there by the center fielder for Uniontown, Hinsey, but he just could not get to that one. And leadoff triple has things in place now for the Rams.
Never hurts when you get a leadoff triple on the books. Here's Myers going to work against the next bat. That's a called strike for certain. This is Dimitri Lowe. We've seen his prowess in the outfield already tonight. That is Caleb Bartok, by the way, number 19, who pitched yesterday's game. He's on now to play third base. We certainly hope Gary Smitley is okay. Smitley had a great hit. This one going to miss outside. Count goes 1-1. Right through the middle of the infield, but Dimitri Lowe, he did not miss a beat. Came up with that baseball and fired it home. Beat Martin by about a step. Pitch on the way to Lowe. This one going to be fouled back, so Lowe will fall behind in the count. Lowe will be followed by Souls, and yesterday's starting pitcher for the Ringgold Rams, Tyler Fisher. This game's pretty important for Ringgold, Gary. If you win this game, you create just a bit of space between yourself and the Albert Gallatin Colonials.
That's true, and I don't think Albert Gallatin was playing today, are they?
I don't believe so. Myers We'll see the count evened up at 2. Myers working toward 30 pitches here so far this evening. The last time Ringgold played Albert Gallatin back on April the 9th, the Rams had no problems. They outscored the Colonials 21-0 across 2 games. Big swing and a miss here. Hebda had secured the ball, and the base runner there, Lowe, he took off as if the ball had been passed. It was not.
So first out by way of strikes, and that's what you need when you have the leadoff runner on third with a triple. But just 1 out brings up Souls, the left fielder.
Souls is not only the left fielder, but he's also a left-handed bat. He's going to face the righty Myers. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. Big cut by Souls, but he doesn't get anything. 0-1. So for the second inning in a row, the Rams have got a player to third base. This one was a bit more dramatic in the leadoff triple. Sprinkle going to give himself a healthy lead here, and this ball pretty well struck to Hinsey. We assume this is going to score Sprinkle. Hinsey gives it the glove. Sprinkle is going to come through. Play was a little closer there. Hebda actually signaling that he didn't want the ball. Luke Gresh caught it and was ready to fire it home. So a sacrifice fly will score a run, 1-0. Max Souls.
With the RBI.
Yeah, picking up the RBI. So now we'll see Fisher, yesterday's starting pitcher. He went the distance yesterday, gave up 2 hits, struck out 6 Red Raiders. First pitch to Tyler Fisher, who's the designated hitter today. He waves and misses. Chandler Myers starting this game off, not unlike how Uniontown started yesterday. Uniontown did lose 4-0, but those runs were really broken up over the course of the game. This one in for a strike. Good-looking pitch there by Myers.
As you said, very close to 30 pitches right now, I think.
Yeah, he just hit 30 by my count. And here's 31. Big swing and a miss, and Fisher is gone on strike. So Chandler Myers is able to end this one with a punch-out. The Ringgold Rams do strike for 1, thanks to the leadoff triple and the sacrifice fly. You're listening to WMBS, another edition of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a moment with the bottom of the second inning here live from Uniontown's beautiful Bailey Park.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put with you unless you change your car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie Insurance agent in Uniontown and Ross Draver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group at 724-437-9812 or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states.
Henry and Stewart Audiology, voted best in Fayette Hearing Center and audiologist with offices at Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown, 201 North Pittsburgh Street in Connellsville, and South Market Street in Carmichaels. Henry and Stewart Audiology. Spring and home improvement season is here. Planning a home improvement project with your tax refund, Home Warehouse, once again voted best in Fayette for windows and home improvements, is the place to go for all of your exterior needs. They know how to make your house a happy home with beautiful new siding, shutters, soffit, and fascia, as well as railing, plus windows, doors, and storm doors, roofing shingles, metal and rubber roofing, as well as flooring, wood pellets, and Home Warehouse also carries Whitetail Supreme deer feed and mineral blocks. For more selection, great prices, and hometown service, see Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse, Connellsville Street in Uniontown. Shop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon, closed Sunday and holidays.
As John Van Sickle steps in, now 1-1 count. Fastball in there again for strike 2.
We'll see how the Uniontown Red Raiders respond here to pitcher Anthony Kozel. Kozel was sort of back and forth in that first inning. He had a couple in the dirt, had a couple fastballs, though, that were tough to catch up to. And Van Sickle is raced on a strikeout here to lead off the bottom of the second inning. He'll be followed now by Chandler Myers and Shane Kelly. Van Sickle is one of our seniors here on senior night. Myers with a chance to help his own cause. And he's going to do that as he drops one into right field. And Myers is easily in at first base. The right fielder, credit where credit is due, Ashton Minson, closed in on that ball really quickly.
If he had fielded it cleanly, might have had to play it first.
Yeah, that would have been close. Myers made sure that didn't happen. And Minson, of course, did not scoop the ball out of the grass cleanly either. So another base runner for Uniontown here, Shane Kelly. Kelly started the season with some great offensive production. Myers is going to be caught now in a rundown, and they're going to throw to second base, and the ball gets away.
I think that might have hit Myers in the back, and then unable to make the catch out there at the second base position for Ringgold and Sprinkle, but might have grazed off of Myers and caused that miscue, but he's safe.
He is safe. They say, Gary, when it comes to baseball, you can be both good and lucky. But if you can only pick one, be lucky.
Absolutely.
This one going to be taken as a strike by Kelly. Kelly started the season off, though, really strong offensive numbers. And the last game we were here for, the back end of that doubleheader against Albert Gallatin, Kelly had a really clutch at bat in the seventh inning of that game to give the Red Raiders a real chance. This one's going to be swung on by Kelly and missed. And now he's going to be down to one strike. Myers in scoring position.
Kelly, another one of those young players for Coach Martin that he has to build on.
Fouled back. Kelly will stay alive here. Yeah, quite a few of those young players. Even in the lineup today, Hinsey, Martin, certainly among them. Caleb Bartok, who just checked in to play third base. Chandler Myers, Shane Kelly. Really young core here for the Uniontown Red Raiders, but that's okay. This one fouled back by Kelly. The experience will pay off. There is no question about that. And now the Ringgold Rams catcher, Sam Allen, wants a word with his pitcher, and he'll walk out and give a few words of encouragement, maybe.
Covered his mouth so Carl couldn't figure out what he was saying.
That's right. Carl zooming in. And something just struck the press box. I'm not sure what that was. This pitch to Kelly is going to get him. Kelly strikes out looking.
That's the third strikeout for the Ringgold pitcher, Kozel.
Kozel has a great fastball from what we can see. It seems like when he tries some of his off-speed options, at least tonight, he has missed low quite often. This one is right in for a strike, no question about that. And so first pitch here to Lane Smiley, who's working in left field tonight, is a strike. 0-1. Koza will check on Myers. Now comes home again, and Smiley takes a cut. Left-handed bat is Lane Smiley. Has to be really easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but it should be easier if you're Lane Smiley and Eli Friend in the corner outfield spots for Uniontown, and you've got Hinsey in the middle. He covers a lot of space. This one upstairs.
No doubt about that. He's, as you said earlier, just that speed means a big difference.
Ringgold Rams trying to leave Chandler Myers stranded in scoring position. This one fouled back by Smiley. Now it's Kozel who's closing in on 30 pitches. The Ringgold Rams, at least the middle infielders, playing just about as deep as you can. Pitch on the way here to Smiley. That one's in the dirt. Good block by Sam Allen behind the plate to make sure that one doesn't get away. Of course, Myers would love to score and tie this game up after Ringgold was able to pick a run up off of him in the top half of this inning. Here's Kozel now to Smiley. This one's outside for a ball. Lane Smiley has battled his way back into this count, and Eli Friend awaits on deck. And we're really hoping that Gary Smitley is okay. If we get an update on him, we'll definitely share that with you. Smiley's going to send one our way, and is it playable? It is, but it's missed.
Wow.
And that was very close, Gary. There were some spectators who were there who had to lunge out of the way.
They did not interfere, though.
No, they did not. One young boy had to abandon his Tonka truck as he fled for safety.
The ball was, I think, out of play for a while, just kind of tailed back in and caught the third baseman for Ringgold a little out of sorts there. That's Nash.
Yeah, he was on the fence trying to make a play. Now Smiley going to hit this one to second, and this is going to be 4-3 on the put out there. Good play by Andrew Sprinkle. He tosses it on to first, and that's going to do it for Uniontown. They strand Chandler Myers in scoring position. We have played two here at Uniontown's Bailey Park. The Ringgold Rams lead 1-0. The Rams will return to the plate in the top of the third inning when we come back on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Experience the C. Harper Auto Group difference. The best price every time, all the time. C. Harper will beat any competitor's price or will pay you $1,000 cash. C. Harper offers free Carfax history reports, transparent repair orders on pre-owned vehicles, and winner of the best new auto dealership in Westmoreland County. The C. Harper Auto Group, the best price every time, all the time.
Spring forward to make home construction season with First Federal Saving of Greene County. First Federal's construction and improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit with a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
For 20 years, Beagley Tree of Somerset has been providing premier land management services across the region, offering a wide array of services including vegetation control, right-of-way restoration, land clearing, building demolition, erosion and sediment control, access road installation, and more. Beagley can do it all. For more information, visit beagleytree.com. That's BEEGHLY tree.com, or call them today at 814-444-TREE. Beagley Tree, construction support services done right.
Welcome back to Uniontown's Bailey Park, top of the third inning. The Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams going to battle here. We're at the bottom of the order for the Rams as we start the third inning. This is Ashton Minson. And Minson's going to take a strike to get started. He goes down 0-1. You know, I always encourage my wife to listen to these broadcasts, but with all this talk about spring cleaning and home improvement in the ads tonight,
right.
I kind of hope she's not, because I've
be
already
calling.
got such a list. Please.
Yeah. A lot of phone numbers you can call.
Yes, my goodness. It is that time, and the weather is finally in support of that. Another beautiful day tomorrow. High of about 84 degrees. With some clouds and sun on your Thursday. Here's the pitch from Myers. This one going to be fouled away by Minson. Minson will be followed by the top of the order. And Gotti and Nash are due up after him. Also, happy birthday today to William Shakespeare, the famous poet and author, born today in 1564.
Interesting fact.
Well, they believe that's his birth date, Gary. That's not definite, but that is the believed date of his birth.
Is it to be or not to be?
Is it to be or not to be, indeed? William Shakespeare. One of the best, that's for sure. Maybe the best. Here's Myers with his pitch to Minson. This one's going to be outside, and the ball skips away from Hebda for a moment. Top of the third inning here, the Uniontown Red Raiders trail by 1. This game very reminiscent of yesterday's contest, even down to how the game started with Ringgold striking for 1 early. The Uniontown Red Raiders have had a little more traffic on the bases today than they did yesterday. This one going to go into foul territory, and it's nearly caught.
It's foul. It's foul ball. Should have been caught out there in left field. We'll have to issue an error, but no damage as it was in foul territory. I just kind of overran it out there in left field, and that's Smiley, but had to go a long way.
He did have to go a long way. And, Gary, I think, although there's not much wind here tonight, we have seen two different times now where I think from the perspective of the fielder, the ball appeared to drift
Away
out
from
of play,
us.
right, and then come back in on them. This one down low, that's going to be ball 4. And drawing a walk, Ashton Minson. And we do not like leadoff walks, that's for certain. The Uniontown Red Raiders will look to hold him at first base if at all possible.
Leadoff man and Gotti popped up to second base his first time. Big lead over there at first for Minson.
First one outside, 1-0 to Angotti. Angotti, of course, had a busy day yesterday for this Ringgold Rams team. He's going to bat here with a runner on first base. 1-0 pitch on the way from Myers, and the runner goes. And the throw is off the mark from Hebda. Shane Kelly gets a glove on it, then it skips away from him to Elam Martin.
Ball thrown on the third base side of second base, so no real chance to get a tag on that base runner.
Runner in scoring position now for the Ringgold Rams. Myers sends this one to Angotti. Angotti's going to hit this one toward us, maybe actually to the softball field. That one lands behind us. I hear it strike the pavement. Myers now over 40 pitches.
And we're just in the third with no outs.
Pitch to Angotti. This one up high, and Angotti will leave it there. Beautiful night here in Uniontown, that's for sure. Gorgeous baseball weather.
A view that you will not see in many places.
No, the Chestnut Ridge on full display. This one is going to hit Angotti. Angotti had tried to twist and turn out of the way. The ball still catches him in the leg. And so the Ringgold Rams will get a base runner off the hit by pitch.
2 men on, nobody out here with the heart of the lineup coming up. Nash, Colano, and Allen.
You know, it's kind of incredible, Gary. I don't know that all the times I've been here I've ever really noticed that the dead away center field here on the baseball field is the Summit Inn.
Absolutely.
You've got a perfect view of it.
Set to open here in a couple weeks.
Really great historic venue. If you're listening to us tonight from afar or even just out in Monongahela, PA, and you're looking for a place not too far from home to check out, the Summit Inn. Dining experience, hotel accommodations, great golf course. I love the golf course there.
It's very fun. And great memories for me there. That was where I got married.
Oh, wow, Gary, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a great venue for that sort of thing, too. This pitch is outside as bunt was shown. And the Ringgold coaches here are going to communicate a new signal to their base runners, and the base runners seem to respond to that signal by taking some pretty healthy leads as Kennedy Nash watches Myers spin around and try to get the lead runner, Minson, at second base. Minson is back in time. Pretty good pickoff move there by Myers.
Got to get outs any way you can. That's at this point for the Red Raiders. Don't want to let this get to a situation where they have to claw back from too many runs.
This pitch is going to miss outside. Nash, of course, did reach last time. He was stranded at the third station, could not find his way home. Ringgold going to lay out another new signal here. Runners go. Oh, and the runner is hit, and Nash is struck right in the back.
Back-to-back hit by pitch. It could be a situation where already at 46, 47 pitches for the Red Raiders, Myers, and some fatigue might be a factor here early in the game, having pitched yesterday also.
Yes. Did get some work yesterday at the end of that game, and now we're going to see a meeting of the minds here at the mound. The Uniontown assistant coaches, Hunter Smiley and Cole Shear, they assist Dennis Martin. Meeting here is going to involve most of the infield.
We're going to have a bases loaded situation with nobody out. here in the top half of the third inning with Ringgold on top 1-0, but threatening to add on.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation for Uniontown. You have nobody out, and the heart of the order is due up. You could make a very strong argument that this batter and the next, Alex Colano and Sam Allen, are the two best bats in this lineup as far as this season is concerned. Certainly among the statistical leaders for this team. Here's the pitch from Myers. This one's going to be taken for a ball. As Gary pointed out, Myers is indeed closing in on 50 pitches here. If memory serves me correct, he threw just over a dozen yesterday, so he did not throw too many pitches against the Rams yesterday. This one misses outside. 2-0. Right now, Myers is trying to dance through the raindrops. They call this in baseball when you have the bases loaded and nobody out. If you're able to get out of the inning without giving up a run, it's referred to as coming back from the brink.
Absolutely true. But 3-0 now.
Yes. Myers
He's really
needs a
on
strike.
the brink.
He is really on the brink because he's going to have to go over the heart of the plate or walk in a run. And I don't know if the green light is going to be given here, but
I would if I'm Ringgold's coach. Colano can put a charge into it. And there it is.
This one is going to be hit into the air. Smiley with a beat on it. He's going to call off the shortstop. Now here's the throw in, and Minson is going to make it easily. There's not a play there. Minson is in. That's going to make the game 2-0 on the sacrifice fly. And the Rams still with an opportunity here. They've got runners on first and second base with just one down, and Sam Allen. Now, Carl does a lot for us. I give Carl a lot of credit. Carl is our technology man here. He's working the camera tonight, and I learned about a statistic today that I would love for us to be able to track. I had not heard of this baseball statistic before. Of course, they're always inventing new statistical categories. But this one is referred to as barreling a ball. And I do believe Sam Allen, the last time through, here's the first pitch to him this time. He's going to watch his strike. He barreled a ball. If you barrel a ball, you hit the ball with an exit velocity of at least 98 miles an hour, and you hit it between a 25 and 31 degree angle. That's what gets the ball out of the infield, but is not a pop-up. And those types of hits are often of extra base variety. Unfortunately for Allen, the last time he was through, while he absolutely torched the ball to center field, he hit it right at Braden Hinsey. So he was perhaps more unlucky than anything else.
I think that made my head hurt.
Well, I hope, Gary, that Carl is going to figure out how to do that for us. Carl is, next time he talks to Brian Morozak, he's going to say, Brian, I've got an idea for some new equipment we're going to buy off Amazon. That would be pretty cool to have the means to track that. Runners are going to move. Pitch is taken for a strike.
But now both runners in scoring position without a throw. Just read the movement of Myers on the mound there, and really no chance for any kind of a throw.
Myers trying to keep this situation under control. Here's the pitch, and Allen is going to hit this one into shallow center. We'll call that right center. It gets down. It's going to score one, and Ringgold's going to hold Nash at third base. Boy, Gary, that's interesting.
That was respect for the arm out there of Hinsey. He did hit the cutoff man perfectly, so probably would have been a difficult time to try to score from third base on that play. So with just one out, that's probably a good move from the third base coach for Ringgold.
And we're going to see a pitching change here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Chandler Myers, who had worked into the 50s as far as his pitch count was concerned. I had him at 54. He's going to give way to a new pitcher for Uniontown, and we're going to see at the mound number 24, Jamison Carter. Carter, also a sophomore. This Uniontown team is laden with sophomore and freshman players. It's really incredible as I look at their roster before me. This is indeed a very young team. Carter listed as pitcher and catcher, and he's going to take over here and continue against this Ringgold Rams team in the top of the third inning. We'll take a short break here on WMBS, C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network on WMBS. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Whether buying or selling a home, Jeff Dennis of RE/MAX Select Realty is your local realtor of choice. Jeff and his team are proud members of our community and have the skills, knowledge, and ability to meet your needs. Call them today at 724-933-6300, extension 903, or visit them in person at 542 Morgantown Street here in Uniontown. And remember to follow Jeff Dennis' team RE/MAX Select Realty on Facebook today.
Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your best in Fayette County gold medal winner, for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. He is ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work they can do for you. Welcome back to Uniontown's Bailey Park. We have a 3-0 ball game, and the Ringgold Rams have runners on the corners with just one out. Jamison Carter. Carter, when I spoke earlier, when Shane Kelly was at the plate for Uniontown, I had mentioned the second game of the doubleheader that Uniontown played against Albert Gallatin, a game that was very close. The Colonials led 4-0 into the seventh inning, and Uniontown scored 3, had the tying run in scoring position, could not quite get that runner home. But Jamison Carter, my goodness, he was a very, very important part of that rally. Now he's going to do some work from the pitcher's mound. Runner on the backside of the play will go snap throw down to third base, and Nash is back in time. But we do now have 2 runners in scoring position once again for this Ringgold Rams team. They've been pretty aggressive on the bases when given the opportunity, that's for sure.
And Sprinkle with that triple back in the second inning, looking to try to do some more damage.
This one fouled back by Sprinkle. Sprinkle did have a beautiful hit, a ball that not only went a long way into the outfield, but then took a couple of friendly hops for him. 3-0 ball game. Carter with the pitch. This one is going to be outside. It gets away from Hebda, but he's on top of it pretty quickly. 2-1 count.
Just one out in the inning. That was by way of a sacrifice fly, which was a productive at bat.
Yes, absolutely. The Ringgold Rams have settled into a groove here in the third. Here's a big cut and a miss by Sprinkle. So that'll even the count at 2. Nash, the lead runner, back at third base. That's where he was stranded last time. Uniontown certainly would love to leave him there again. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one down and inside. Full count. And it looks like we have a courtesy runner at second base for catcher Sam Allen, but I do not have that runner on my roster. Here's a ball hit into right field. Eli Friend there to give it the glove. Nash is going to tag. Here's the throw to third base to try to get the runner on the backside. That one gets away, and now the courtesy runner will also score on the miscue. So 2 more runs come across on what was otherwise a sacrifice fly to make this a 5-0 ball game.
Have to signal an error there on the throw to third base, but really added the extra run, now making it 5-0 in favor of Ringgold.
Someone
The 2
also
hit batsmen coming around to score.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point, Gary. I'd nearly forgotten about that. Unfortunately for Uniontown, a couple of free passes by way of hit batsmen, back-to-back, in fact. Dimitri Lowe in the batter's box. The lights come on at Bailey Park. This one in for a strike. 1-1 is the count. Jamison Carter in relief of Chandler Myers. This one misses outside. 2-1 is the count. Scoreboard operator Had to reset the scoreboard on that one. Had originally put that on the board as a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. This one swung on and missed. Big cut there by Dimitri Lowe.
And Carter works exclusively from the stretch.
Carter will come set here. And this one is well
Deep.
struck into left field. Lane Smiley going to watch this one leave. And it's a home run for Dimitri Lowe. He hit that one to the bike path. Dog walkers, look out. Lowe has sent one your way, and this is a 6-0 ball game now for the Ringgold Rams.
Just put a charge into it. Not a deep left field, but that one was well hit. And as you said, sheepskin trail.
Yeah.
Received it unceremoniously.
Definitely a lot of people out walking today. Quite a few dog walkers out and about, but didn't see anyone back there on that particular occasion. That was out near the Mayor Bill Gerke sign in left field.
This is going to be the 8th batter to come to the plate in the inning for Ringgold. Souls.
And he's going to watch a strike to get started. Max Scholes, the left fielder, number 15. Souls, a left-handed bat as well. Here's the pitch to him. This one's high and gets away from Hebda. 1-1 count. The Uniontown Red Raiders trying to get out of this inning. This inning has been a struggle for them. And the Ringgold Rams have done a nice job capitalizing on just about every opportunity. 2-1 count now.
Every batter putting the bat on the ball other than, well, I guess that's not true. He has led off the inning with a walk and 2 hit batsmen.
But certainly making the most of their opportunities, Gary. They were, for all intents and purposes, they were very aggressive on the base paths. Almost had the run and hit, so to speak, working on a few situations. Uniontown does have the 2 outs now. 3-2 count. Carter looking to get Souls to end the inning. This one going to be hit. Hensey will get there. Good adjustment by him, and that will retire the side. The Ringgold Rams strike for 5 runs in the top of the third, and they now own a 6-0 lead. You're listening to the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trim Live High School Sports Network.
Care comes first with Farmana Pharmacy. At Farmana Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. You're part of a pharmacy that is focused on your health, and that's why Farmana Pharmacy focuses on just prescriptions. Pharmacists Jim Capuzzi and Cheryl Goodwin take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you to better health. To sign up as a patient, visit farmanapharmacy.com or call 724-626-9600. Farmana Pharmacy, where prescription care comes first.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from us, you buy from family. Welcome back to Uniontown's Bailey Park. Got a great update that everyone is really going to enjoy. Of course, we've also got a contest happening tonight between Laurel Highlands and West Mifflin. And apparently, whatever has happened out there has required that Tony Hanula himself has taken over the camera and is now operating the camera. So I hope everyone's okay, or Tony is going to expect double pay because he's doing double duty.
He'll be an award-winning cameraman.
Yes, that's right. Well, geez, now that I hear that, that's a great point. Tony is just trying to win all the awards. This one hit back on the ground and thrown on to first base. Kozel able to get the base runner there.
That was Friend.
So we go back to the top of the order. Eli Friend, one of our seniors tonight, grounding out to the pitcher. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Uniontown trailing 6-0 to the Ringgold Rams. Ringgold looking to even their conference record at 5-5. Here's Kozel against the dangerous Braden Hinsey. Pitch to him. Hinsey's going to swing on and through this one. Kozel now working through the 30s in his pitch count. So he's not labored too badly thus far. Hopefully Uniontown able to make him work a little harder here in the near future. 0-2 now against Hinsey. Hinsey to be followed by Elam Martin. Kozel will come set. Now he kicks and deals. Pitch on the way. Swung on by Hinsey, and Hinsey is erased on the strikeout. 2 down.
2 quick outs here in the third, not what Uniontown was looking for. A lot of work to do to get back in this one, trailing 6-0 here in the third inning. So 2 outs, can they get some 2-out lightning here in the third?
Would be great to see a base runner or 2 at the very least for Uniontown. They did put some traffic on the bases. And look at Kozel leaping into the air off the first bounce.
1 pitch
Wow.
on that out.
What a play.
That was a total of about 4 pitches, 3 outs for the Red Raiders. And quick innings don't help when you're down 6-0, but that's what happened. We're finished with 3. It's 6-0 Ringgold here on the C. Harper Auto Sports Network. Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by doing all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapist, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Since 1976, we at Davis & Davis have represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience representing and litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death, serious accidents, actions together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, real estate, and much, much more. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, phone 724-437-2799.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Raver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states. Welcome back to Bailey Park here in the heart of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. First pitch in the top of the fourth inning from Jamison Carter upstairs. That one nearly got away. Connor Hepta did a good job of reaching up and grabbing that one as it passed him by. Tyler Fisher at the plate.
The only Ram not to bat in the last inning.
Designated hitter today. He'll get us started. Left-handed bat. And we've got number 13, as a matter of fact, at the plate. This is Mason Payton, a freshman.
Snuck him in on us.
And he's going to give it a ride here. Hinsey will drop back and make the catch. And Mason Payton is retired. So 1 down here to begin the fourth inning. We want to thank the Ringgold coach in front of the press box here who made sure we had that number change. I suppose we might want to keep an eye on any subsequent changes. No change here. Ashton Minson will step into the batter's box. Minson, right-handed bat in right field tonight. First pitch on the way from Carter to Minson, swung on and fouled back. Hard off the chain link and then into play. If you're joining us tonight, thank you for spending your evening with us here. Joshua Scully, Gary Frankhauser, Carl Childs with you for tonight's contest, the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams. The Rams leading 6-0. Swung on here and through by Minson. Top of the fourth inning. One down, 0-2 count. Jamison Carter pitching here in relief of Chandler Myers. Today is also the anniversary of the first ever video uploaded to YouTube. Back in 2005 on April 23rd. This one is going to miss. 1-2 is the count now.
What year was that?
2005. First video ever uploaded to YouTube was called Me at the Zoo. And
Wow.
to my understanding, it was a video of a young man visiting a local zoo of some kind. This is going to be a strikeout. Minson down on strikes. That 1-2 pitch in. And we've got 2 down and back to the top of the order.
And Gotti.
And Gotti is due up. I do believe this is him, number 5, stepping in.
It is.
Jamison Carter makes quick work of the first 2 batters. Let's see how he does against Angotti. And Angotti's going to strike this one into center field. Right center. And there is Eli Friend, and Friend will
Makes the
make the catch.
Wow.
Falling away from the baseball somehow, avoids a collision with Braden Hinsey and gloves the baseball. And just like that, my goodness, Gary, a quick bottom of the third, but an equally quick top of the fourth here at Bailey Park. You're listening to another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMES and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Henry and Stewart Audiology voted best in Fayette Hearing Center and Audiologist, with offices at Cherry Tree Lane in Uniontown, 201 North Pittsburgh Street in Connellsville, and South Market Street in Connellsville. Visit Henry and Stewart Audiology.
Spring and home improvement season is here. Planning a home improvement project with your tax refund, Home Warehouse, once again, voted best in Fayette for windows and home improvements, is the place to go for all of your exterior needs. They know how to make your home a happy place with beautiful new siding, shutters, soffit and fascia, and railing, plus windows, doors, and storm doors, roofing shingles, metal and rubber roofing, as well as flooring, wood pellets. And Home Warehouse also carries Whitetail Supreme deer feed and mineral blocks. So for selection, great prices, and hometown service, see Sandy and Donnie at Home Warehouse, Connellsville Street in Uniontown. Shop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon, closed Sunday and holidays.
I think my household did hear all these ads. Just had a new roof put
Oh,
on.
my.
Got it painted outside. Got air conditioning.
Gary, did you go with the metal roof?
Did not. Got 30 years out of my old one.
Well, there you go.
And I doubt that I'll make another 30 there.
Well, hopefully, Gary, maybe you will. You never know. I hope 30 years from now, you're mauling, putting on a metal roof next time around, maybe. Luke Gresh at the plate to get Uniontown started here, bottom 4. First pitch is going to miss upstairs. Joshua Scully, Gary Frankhauser, Carl Childs here at Bailey Park tonight. The Ringgold Rams holding a 6-0 lead. Gresh takes a big cut here, and he misses. 1-1 now the count. Bottom of the fourth inning. Ringgold struck for 5 in the top of the third. They were leading 1-0 at that point. And Gresh going to swing through this one again. Now he's behind 1-2. Anthony Kozel doing a pretty nice job from the mound for the Ringgold Rams. That's, to say the least. He's not allowed a whole lot on the bases as of late. Gresh going to tap this one foul. I didn't have a chance to hear what music was queued up for senior night during the last inning break, but before that we were treated to some very fine Hank Williams Jr. during the last inning break. Maybe they didn't play music last time.
Always popular.
Yes, absolutely. He sort of defies the generation, so to speak. This was a strikeout recorded. Gresh down on strikes. Now we will see the spot that Gary Smitley had started in. This is going to be Caleb Bartok now. Smitley left the game with an injury near the very start of the contest, and we certainly hope that he is okay. He did leave under his own power, and on senior night, that's not what we want to see. This pitch over Bartok's head. Bartok pitched yesterday for Uniontown. Caleb has done a remarkable job from the mound for this Uniontown Red Raider team. Again, he's a young man. Many years of high school baseball remain yet for him, and he's really enjoying a great season. He's going to see what he can do offensively here. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Right-handed bat, pitch on the way to Bartok. This one going to be fouled back sharply toward the concession stand, out of play. Bartok, one of many players on this Uniontown baseball team, many even in the starting lineup, who are former students of A.J. McMullen Middle School. Bartok going to look at a strike here. Hinsey, Bartok, Van Sickle, Myers, and Friend. All former A.J. McMullen Middle School students.
Another strikeout.
Bartok down on strikes.
That's number 6 strikeout for Kozel. As you said, very efficient here so far.
We'll see John Van Sickle now.
He struck out back in the second.
John Van Sickle wears number 99 for this Uniontown team. Right-handed bat. He'll look at a ball. That one just missing the plate. Kozel climbing through the 40s with his pitch count. He's closing in on 50 now. Van Sickle takes a big cut here and misses 1-1. 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. The sun has essentially disappeared from view here at Bailey Park. Lights are on. Van Sickle misses again on that cut. The Ringgold Rams trying to secure a second consecutive win against the Uniontown Red Raiders. If Ringgold holds on to this victory, this one is going to be a called strike, and Van Sickle is down on strikes. If Ringgold holds on, this will be their 4th victory in their last 6 contests. They do have to hold on for a few more innings, though. We're heading now into the 5th here on the WMBS C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We'll be right back in just a moment for the 5th inning of play, live here from Uniontown's Bailey Park.
Spring forward to home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal Construction and Improvement Loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans with offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties. Your loan stays here. Visit with a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 458729. I had the opportunity to go out to the ribbon cutting at the new First Federal office in Fairchance.
Okay.
Right along the main highway there, the former Valentine Pharmacy, now First Federal, beautiful building that they've just opened.
That's awesome. It's great to see their continued success in our region, and we certainly always appreciate their support here on WMBS. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County seems to support really all of our athletic endeavors, and it's those types of sponsorships, and we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, certainly. It's those types of sponsorships that allow us to bring you this coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Ringgold Rams. Top of the 5th inning, live here from Uniontown's beautiful Bailey Park. Of course, where Gary and I are currently seated, just behind us is the softball field, and I do believe we are planning on carrying a softball contest for you next Wednesday, 1 week from tonight. It'll be the Uniontown Red Raiders hosting the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and the last time those two teams met on the softball field, it was a real showdown, 2-1. The Uniontown Red Raiders were able to secure a victory. Now we're ready for the top of the 5th. Jamison Carter will come set. And we've got Kennedy Nash in the batter's box. This one's going to miss outside. Nash in relief now, over 20 pitches. Scheduled to play 7 innings here tonight. We're in the top of the 5th, a 6-0 ball game. Nash has to jump out of the way of this one, but he gets caught in the toe. It looked like that one caught him in his right foot.
It's the
and
third
he gets a free pass.
hit by pitch recipient for the Ringgold Rams. That's good as a base hit.
Definitely is, and Nash has proven his ability on the bases. He always seems to make his way around to third at least. This one a called strike. Alex Colano in the batter's box now. He picked up a couple of hits yesterday. Number 3 hitter for the Ringgold Rams.
The second time Nash has been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he'd been hit by one previously. This is a pop-up, and Carter is going to miss that one. Now we should have a play at second base. Hebda will throw out and get the lead runner, so Nash does not make it to third base this time. He's erased on the fielding miscue. Carter, I'm sure that was not an easy play. He's looking right up into the lights behind home plate and trying to track that ball, and thankfully Hebda with a heads-up throw out to second base to get Nash. So still a runner at first base, but one down.
Unconventional out.
Yeah, definitely an unconventional out. Now we're going to see the Rams backstop, Sam Allen. First pitch to him. This one's going to miss outside, 1-0. Allen, his first time through, crushed a ball into center field that was well played by Hinsey. Hinsey's gotten to quite a few out there in center, and sometimes he's drifted pretty far into left and right, too, when the need arises. This one's hit on the ground. Well played by Bartok. He's going to go to Kelly for one, and then the backside of the play, and that is a double play as Luke Gresh gives the ball the squeeze, and Uniontown concludes the inning just like that. We've played 4.5 here at Uniontown's Bailey Park. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
C. Harper Auto Group. Experience the C. Harper Auto Group difference. The best price every time, all the time. C. Harper will beat any competitor's price or will pay you $1,000 cash. C. Harper offers free Carfax history reports, transparent repair orders on pre-owned vehicles, and winner of the best new auto dealership in Westmoreland County. The C. Harper Auto Group, the best price every time, auto all the time, and also one of our longtime sponsors.
For 20 years, Beagley Tree Service of Somerset has been providing premier land management services across the region, offering a wide array of services including vegetation control, right-of-way restoration, land clearing, building demolition, erosion and sediment control, access road installation, and more. Beagley can do it all. For more information, visit beagleytree.com. That's BEEGHLY tree.com, or call them today at 814-444-TREE. Beagley Tree, construction support services done right.
And still on the hill, Anthony Kozel looking to face the Uniontown Red Raiders here in the bottom half of the 5th. Due up for Uniontown will be Carter, Kelly, and Smiley.
Uniontown Red Raiders still with time to get back in this game. You don't want to save it all for the end, though. Of course, you'd really like to see Uniontown start to chip away at this lead now, pick up a run or two here, maybe a run or two in the next inning, and make the 7th inning as interesting as possible. Uniontown, of course, played a great 7th inning against Albert Gallatin when the Colonials were here for a doubleheader earlier this month. Jamison Carter will take a strike here to get us started. Carter is arguably boasting the best numbers offensively on this Uniontown team right now. He's a statistical leader in many categories, including on base percentage. So he's someone who at the plate will find his way onto base. We talked about the value of that, getting hit by a pitch, drawing the walk. Really, any of those ways for Uniontown right now would be just fine.
And Kozel, in the last several innings, has been throwing strikes.
Yes. He was a bit inconsistent early in this game, but lately he has really demonstrated what he can do. Yeah, he's been very good. 2-2 count. And, of course, it doesn't hurt when you're a pitcher and you've got some support offensively. Carter will watch this one in the dirt, 3-2. A very, very raucous game of tag has just broken out in the bleachers to our right. They're really into it over there, my goodness. Full count pitch is in for a strike, and Carter is down on strikes. One down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Kozel struck out the side in the fourth and now starting to do the same here in the fifth.
Picking up where the starter for Ringgold yesterday left off. Yesterday's starter for Ringgold, who was in the lineup to begin this game. This one inside will shoo Shane Kelly away from the plate. He went the distance and struck out 6 Red Raiders.
Kozel was at 8 right now.
That's incredible. Big swing and a miss here. Now Kelly, 1-1 count. Kelly to be followed by Lane Smiley, and if one of them is able to reach, Eli Friend is due up. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one is struck toward second, and it's going to be misplayed there by the Ringgold Rams. And finding his way onto base is Shane Kelly, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Get some base runners, create some traffic.
That ball just died in the infield dirt and slid under the second baseman's glove for Ringgold. That's Sprinkle, and I'm going to roll that a hit.
Yeah, I think that's safely a hit there. Both the second baseman and shortstop tried to close on it, but I think if either of them had got to it, I don't know that they come up and have a throw. First pitch is a ball to Lane Smiley. Smiley, left-handed bat. He'll bat here with a runner on base. That's Uniontown's first base runner, Gary, I believe, in a little while at least.
Yeah, back in the second they had a base runner.
Smiley gets under this one. He's going to lift it over the top of the shortstop. Shortstop Sprinkle. No, I'm going to check that. Shortstop Angotti calls off everyone else and gives that one the glove. Sprinkle, his partner in the middle infield here. Sprinkle handling the keystone, and at short is Angotti.
Just 3 hits for the Red Raiders.
Uniontown struggled to hit yesterday, too. They had 2 hits yesterday. Eli Friend will come to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth with a runner on first base in the form of Shane Kelly. First pitch on the way to Friend. Friend checks on that one and then takes a strike. I believe that's the signal, and the scoreboard operator thinks the same. The umpire had turned to say something to Friend while signaling, and from our vantage point here, that can be difficult to discern. This one swung on by Friend. He's down 0-2. The Uniontown Red Raiders celebrating senior night tonight on a beautiful April evening. Almost truly does feel like this would be a cool summer evening. Has that vibe. This one is well hit to Sprinkle. Sprinkle up with it, throws on to first, and Friend is retired there. 4-3 on the putout to end the fifth inning. We'll travel now into the sixth inning here at Uniontown's Bailey Park on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Will be back in just a moment.
Whether buying or selling a home, Jeff Dennis of RE/MAX Select Realty is your local realtor of choice. Jeff and his team are proud members of our community and have the skills, knowledge, and ability to meet your needs. Call them today at 724-933-6300, extension 903, or visit them in person at 542 Morgantown Street here in Uniontown. And remember to follow Jeff Dennis' team RE/MAX Select Realty on Facebook today.
Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your Best in Fayette Gold Medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. He is ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work that they can do for you.
So looking at the top half of the sixth inning for Ringgold, Sprinkle, Lowe, and Souls leading 6-0. Carter still on the mound for Uniontown.
Jamison Carter, of course, will look to keep this one at 6 runs, and we'll see if Uniontown is not able to generate some traffic on the bases, get some runners in scoring position. Still not too late, but you really would like to see Uniontown pick up a couple in the bottom of this inning, and of course you also need to limit the Rams. Certainly you don't want the deficit to be any more than what it is at present.
So the Rams only with 1 runner left on base of course, that 5-4-3 double play in the last inning played a role in that. But even with that, just one runner left on base, they did not leave anyone on base in that 5-run third inning.
Wow, that's incredible. And it speaks a lot, too, I think, to their style of base running. They were really after it. As soon as they got someone on, they were moving runners, did not hesitate to do that. 1-0 on the way to Sprinkle, swung on and fouled back. Jamison Carter now working toward 30 pitches in relief of Chandler Myers.
Done a pretty good job.
Yeah, he has. Gave up the solo shot after he came in, but has not fared too badly here for Uniontown. Carter will take his signal from Connor Hebda. Hebda, the junior catcher for Uniontown. This one in for a strike, 1-2. Relatively quickly moving game, too, Gary. I feel like even when Ringgold was successful offensively, the game continued to move at a pretty good clip there. It's not even yet 8:30 p.m., and we started a few minutes after 7. This one is going to be popped up. Elam Martin will take that one. Nicely done by him.
So one quick out in the inning for Carter.
And we're expecting to see Dimitri Lowe, and this is indeed Lowe who steps in, the center fielder for the Ringgold Rams. Ringgold, of course, a school district where you'll find quite a few historic communities in the Mon Valley. This pitch in the dirt will miss Lowe, 1-0. Quite a few famous athletes too, Gary, coming from Ringgold and the communities connected to that school district. That area has really produced some very, very noteworthy athletes.
Hall of Famers.
Yes. Football field there bears the name of one of those players. This one called strike.
Everybody knows it's Joe Montana.
Yes, Joe Montana also has a bridge out there.
Right on 43.
Yeah, right on 43, named after him. This one fouled back by the third baseline. Joe Montana, Super Bowl winning quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, did a stint with the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of his career.
Before it was Ringgold, Donora produced Stan Musial.
Yeah. This one on the way. This one is just barely touched and hit foul by Lowe. Lowe stuck his bat out and then seemed to freeze, almost wanted to check swing and still get a piece of the baseball. Stan Musial. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gary. I think Ken Griffey Jr. was he born in Donora?
Well, Ken Griffey Sr. was.
Ken Griffey Sr., yeah. So maybe a couple of baseball players out that way, too. Here's Elam Martin.
Nice play.
Throwing on and getting the base runner to first base. Yeah, Elam Martin made that look easy. Great, strong throw there to get low. Max Souls due up. Souls, a left-handed bat. Plays left field for the Ringgold Rams. Ringgold, you know, historically, Gary, and maybe you'll agree with me on this, pitch on the way from Carter, fouled back by Souls. Before Route 43 came into being, Ringgold was one of those high schools, while not very far from Uniontown, there was sort of no easy way to get there.
You're right.
And now getting there is very easy.
It is.
Easy drive between the two school districts. Pitch from Carter. This one is going to miss inside, 1-1. 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning, scheduled to play 7. Lights are on at Bailey Park. Carter with the 1-1 offering on the way. This one is going to be well hit but foul down the right field line. Right field has not seen a huge amount of action today. That one was out of play. Over to the old tennis courts here at Bailey Park. 1-2 pitch now. Swung on and missed, and that's going to do it for the top of the 6th inning. Carter gets a swinging strikeout there to end the top half of this inning. And when we come back, we'll see the Uniontown Red Raiders return to the plate on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Once again, we can talk about Farmana Pharmacy. care and convenience, delivered by Farmana Pharmacy. Busy day, feeling unwell, don't feel like driving, but need your prescriptions? No worries, Farmana Pharmacy delivers to your home or workplace for free. Stay comfy at your home or focused at work. Farmana Pharmacy delivers Monday through Friday, so you don't have to worry about picking up your prescriptions. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call 724-626-9600 or visit farmanapharmacy.com. Farmana Pharmacy, prescription care and convenience delivered. And they do have walk-in service, too, at their new location out on Route 19 in the health building right next to Gary's Auto.
Oh, that's awesome. I've not been out there. We've had that ad in circulation now for a little bit, but I don't get out that way as often as I used to, and the next time I'm out that way, I'll have to check out. A great opportunity there for them, especially with, I think with Peachin sort of dropping off the map in that region. There was a bit of a vacuum there for someone to step in and fill that void.
Farmana Pharmacy is the former Peachin Pharmacy.
So new ownership?
Same owners.
Same owners.
New name.
New name, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to believe that there's not a traditional Peachin market to go to anymore.
That is kind of sad.
Such a long presence in Fayette County. And conversation here between the umpires. I'm not sure as to the nature of that conversation, but they speak to each other briefly before we resume play here in the bottom of the sixth.
Discussion over pitch count, maybe? I don't think he's even close, though, is he?
No, I have him at 62.
Wow. Starting the sixth inning.
First pitch on the way. Going to be a called strike. At the plate right now, Braden Hinsey. So we're back at the top of the order. Hinsey playing center field. He's going to watch this one go outside and even the count at 1. Hinsey, one of many young players on this Uniontown team. Gary pointed that out earlier. This one in for a strike. This is a young Uniontown team with huge potential for growth and development. Hinsey's going to chase this one, and he's down on strikes.
Tough night at the plate. 3 strikeouts for Hinsey.
He's done good work in the outfield. He's certainly somebody Uniontown will always, I'm sure, find valuable on base because of the speed he has.
Very good leadoff hitter.
This one's hit foul.
Martin comes to the plate having walked in the first and bounced back to the pitcher in the third.
Martin's had some good work in the field tonight. He's down 0-1 here. Luke Gresh due up behind him. Pitch from Kozel. This one taken outside, 1-1. The Ringgold Rams. This one outside, taken for a strike. 1-2, looking to improve to 5-5 in the conference. Maybe even create some space between themselves and the Albert Gallatin Colonials, who also have a 4-5 mark. Ringgold has been pretty good, though, and 2-2 is now the count against the Colonials this season. But
they have some good bats. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Two-two count. We do have I believe, a new third baseman in. This one's going to be fouled back by Martin.
You are correct.
But I do not have
number 30.
His number on our original roster. Let's see if he's on their lineup card. He is. Derek Dunleavy. Or Dunleavy, excuse me. Dunleavy. He's in the game to play the hot corner. Martin bounces this one down the first baseline. This could be tricky, but the throw is on from the pitcher, Kozel, to first base. 1-3 on the putout. Good job there by Colano securing that one, even as the base runner bore down on him.
So second time in as many at bats that Martin has hit back to the pitcher. And it's going to bring up Gresh, who Had a beautiful sacrifice back in the first inning, but Red Raiders unable to push the runner around to score. Struck out in the fourth.
This one fouled back by Gresh. We do have a new first baseman, actually. That is not Colano. I am seeing that is, in fact, number 11, Dylan Bartkus, or Bartkus at first base. So some defensive changes here for Ringgold. They must feel a little confident here late in the ball game, up 6. Of course, the way their pitcher has pitched, why not? He just goes over the 70 pitch mark. 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one chased, and Gresh not able to catch it.
10th strikeout of the game for Kozel.
Incredible evening for that young man. We have played 6 here at Uniontown's Bailey Park. We'll take a short break here on WMBS. When we come back, it's time for the final inning, or what could be the final inning, lest the Red Raiders rally and tie this one, or maybe even win here late. They have some work to do, but nothing is impossible in this great game. You're listening and watching a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there is something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellence in sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience Mike Kelly Automotive difference, because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by Direct Access 724-437-7500.
Jim Burns, former standout athlete here at Uniontown. Football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah, now Jim Burns, and Gary, I bet you'll know this, his father, if I'm remembering this correctly, now his father was the one-time superintendent
Correct.
of Uniontown Area School District.
That
When
is
I was
correct.
a child and attending Uniontown Area School District, he was the superintendent. I have very fond memories of him in that role.
Absolutely. He definitely was, and long-time tenured superintendent.
Jamison Carter will go to work here. He's going to face Mason Payton, the freshman listed at catcher and outfield. We've got quite a few changes, we're being told. Okay, we've got, let's see.
It's tough for us to see from up here.
Yes, we have Connor David.
As the DH.
Yes, number 13. And this one going to be taken upstairs by him.
He came in the fourth inning, I believe.
Yes.
Throughout the center field.
He replaced Tyler Fisher in the lineup. Big swing here by him, and he's going to even the count at 2. So Connor David, number 13. And I do believe, Gary, based on quick conversation we just had here with the coach from Ringgold, we're going to see some other changes too. David is down on strikes as he offers at that one. And now we're going to have 27 come to the plate. Let's see. Yes, number 7. Number 7 is Ryder Talbot. Ryder Talbot at the plate now. He's going to bat in place of Ashton Minson.
Getting a rousing welcome from his teammates in the dugout.
And he's going to take a ball, 1-0. So an opportunity here for Ringgold, leading 6-0 in the final frame, to maybe get some of their younger players into the lineup. Big cut here, and missed by Talbot, 1-1. Rams have certainly had a great outing from their starting pitcher, and they had the offense to make him comfortable, I'm sure. This one is going to miss outside 2-1. We'll see if we can't.
Fans have all stuck around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great crowd from both schools, Gary. You mentioned that earlier. The Ringgold Rams have a great turnout tonight, too, in the visitor section. Talbot going to wave at this one and even the count at 2. Gary, it looks like we have Gavin Morrison, number 2, on deck. So
I think he might have come in to shortstop last inning.
We did note a couple of defensive changes last time through. This one is going to just miss. Full count now against Talbot. Jamison Carter, who right now is over 40 pitches, closing in on 50 in relief, and he gets a swing and a miss from Talbot. Talbot down on strikes. So 2 down here, and we will indeed have number 2. Gavin Morrison will step in. Top of the 7th.
Red Raider pitchers have combined for 6 strikeouts.
Not a bad evening for them. They did a pretty good job yesterday against this Ringgold team. Ringgold certainly capable of putting up some runs. We had mentioned earlier, the last time Ringgold took on section opponent Albert Gallatin, they dropped over 20 runs in a doubleheader against Albert Gallatin. This one going to be popped up and given the glove there by the Uniontown second baseman Shane Kelly, ranging over to make that play. And that's going to do it for the top of the 6th. So now we are anticipating what could be the final plate appearance for the Uniontown Red Raiders as they return to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They need to score 6 or more to prolong or win this game against the Ringgold Rams when we come back on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, estate practice, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. And for more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, call 724-437-2799.
Now, Gary, you've shared some insight on a few of our other sponsors. I think you might also be familiar with Davis & Davis as well.
A little. Only 40 years worth.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change your car. Driver address, plus seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Draver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states.
This is Caleb Bartok getting a second opportunity at the plate.
Bartok came in to play third base after Gary Smitley left with an injury. This first pitch, a strike. Great night tonight for Kozel. Sorry, Gary, just a great effort from him.
3-1, I believe.
Yeah, 3-1 count right now on Caleb Bartok. Kozel at 75 pitches.
Cruising.
And this one is a called strike, 3-2, full count now against Bartok. Assuming we don't see any lineup changes, this is a foul tip back to the screen. Assuming we don't see any other changes for Uniontown, Van Sickle and Myers due up. Or check that, Van Sickle and Carter. Full count pitch on the way, and Bartok down on strikes. Another strikeout for Anthony Kozel.
Number 11.
He has been good tonight. Some spectators here on the Ringgold side even shouting out his name. 11 punch-outs. We're going to see, I believe, a pinch hitter here. We're going to double check on the identity here of this batter. This is number 34, Lucas Payton, at the plate. First one was fouled back by him. Now he cuts on one and comes up empty, 0-2. And he's down on strikes. Another punch out for Kozel, who now has fanned a dozen Raiders.
3-pitch strikeout there. So of the 20 batters, or of the 20 outs, I should say, that Ringgold has recorded, 12 of them have been strikeouts.
That's a great night. Certainly makes life easy for everybody on the team. This is an 0-1 to Aiden Brame, who's going to step in to hit here. The Red Raiders down to their last out. Here's the pitch to Brame. Left-handed bat, takes a cut, comes up empty, 0-2. Kozel one strike away from ending it. Here's that pitch, and Brame swings on, and he's down. And that's going to do it here at Uniontown's Bailey Park. After 7 innings, we've got a 6-0 ball game. And the Ringgold Rams, Gary, they really did all their damage at the beginning of this contest, and the rest of the game was sort of cruise control. It went very quickly. Not a lot happened either way offensively. Both pitchers for Ringgold and Uniontown's Jamison Carter in relief sort of bared down. Great defensive play, but not a whole lot of offense from innings 4 onward.
Absolutely, with Ringgold scoring 1 run in the second, 5 runs in the third, and that was it. And their total of, basically just 4 hits that they had. Everything else was hit by pitch or walks. They failed to get a hit after the fourth inning. So after the third inning, going down 1-2-3 in the fourth. 1-2-3 in the fifth, 1-2-3 in the sixth, and 1-2-3 in the seventh. So credit the Red Raiders for hanging in there after that inning, but they just could not put anything together offensively to get someone across the plate. And that was due primarily to the pitching of Kozel for Ringgold, who came across with 13 strikeouts in his winning effort. And looking at the box score on their end for Ringgold, they had 4 hits and 6 runs on 4 hits. They did not commit an error, and they only left 1 man on base. So that was also a key, specifically in that third inning. And for Uniontown, they had 3 hits, no runs, obviously. They left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners on base. Did not push anybody across, and those 13 strikeouts were a key to that lack of offense.
They did have Elam Martin nearly score at one point. Martin was thrown out at home. And the postgame show here is being brought to you by Farmana Pharmacy, formerly Peachin Pharmacy, located between Uniontown and Connellsville in the Health First Medical Center building. We hope certainly that Gary Smitley is okay. He was one of the 3 seniors, the others John Van Sickle and Eli Friend, who were recognized for the Uniontown Red Raiders tonight. Smitley, during his first at-bat, suffered an injury while running out of the batter's box, and he was eventually helped off the field. He appeared to leave the field under his own power, but he was pretty quickly replaced. Caleb Bartok came into play for him, and certainly, Gary, on senior night, really any night, you don't want to see
right, and that was a single that could have been the RBI in that first inning that could have put the Red Raiders in front, but that beautiful throw from the outfield by the center fielder for Ringgold, Dimitri Lowe, just cut down Elam Martin at the plate. So that ended the inning, and really nothing shaking after that for the Red Raiders trying to get anybody in scoring position. But, as you said, they played well after that third inning and showed the ability to hang with a very good Ringgold squad that now puts themselves in a playoff position here in the section play. Yeah, they really did help out their playoff chances, and the Uniontown Red Raiders can turn ahead now to their future contests, including a really big one in less than 1 week's time. They'll be right here at Bailey Park playing host to their crosstown rival, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. We want to thank you for joining us here tonight, and we certainly appreciate your viewership.
your audience, and you will hear us again in the very near future on WMBS. For Carl Childs and Gary Frankhauser, this is Joshua Scully. Have a good night and enjoy the beautiful day tomorrow.